What's up guys, Noah from TemplateFC here, and today I'm going to show you how to up your pattern design game in Photoshop. Now this is a really great technique for making your designs look more complex, adding more visual interest to your designs, and it's very simple. You just have to have two patterns and put them together basically. And they don't even necessarily have to be two patterns, you just need your general shape and a pattern. So for example, I'm going to be showing you 8 different designs, but if I show you the sash first, we have a simple sash design. Simple as can be. And this is another sash design with just adding a pattern and adjusting some colors here and there. Very easy to do. Here's another one. Same technique, completely different results because of the pattern that we used. And then the third one, again, completely different results because of the pattern we used. And you can see the same thing here with a few stripes designs. And then here's what 2 complex patterns might look like. So I call these lines 1 and 2. And you can see this one here adds a little more color. All these took were some patterns that we have available on our website. Now I'm going to show you the things on the website that I'll be using in this tutorial. Obviously you do not need any of this to make this technique work, but I just want to tell you guys what I'm using. So obviously this is all from the TemplateFC.com shop, which you can check out in our description. This is the mockup I'm using, the Fusion V-neck hanger, and I'm using the front view. I'll also be using the Studio Pack main assets for some kit shapes. We have a bunch of kit shapes here. Then I'm going to be also using some patterns from our 2026 Patterns Pack Volume 1 and Volume 2. Yeah, so I'll walk you through those patterns real quick. I have this Borrow pattern, a Hummel pattern, Revs Away, Montreal Roses Home, Lille Home, Stripes Gradient. This is from the Studio Pack. Stripes Gradient, this is also in the shapes, kit shapes. And then the lines are also in the kit shapes. And then we have Stripes 5 pairs from the kit shapes and the sash from the kit shapes. So those are the things I'm going to be using. Let's get into a blank mockup. Okay, so here we are in a blank mockup. I have all the patterns and stuff laid out so I can basically recreate them for you. So I have the 2 patterns I use to create each design I showed you. So let me just show you the technique and I'll run through all these designs. So first things first, I'm going to hide the logos temporarily and open up my Sash 1. So this is our Sash 2 element from the Studio Pack. It's in the traditional shapes in the kit designs folder. And I have altered the angle a little bit so it's more corner to corner. And then I'm going to add this Hummel pattern. Now this is actually this pattern, but I made it black and white. And this is what I usually do with my patterns, so I'm going to just show you how I do this. So I'm going to make a copy of it first with Command J. I have this full color pattern. It's navy and blue, but I like to work in black and white patterns because I find it just easier. So I like to press Command U to bring up hue and saturation. Bring the saturation all the way down, click OK. Press Command L to get levels, and then bring the left arrow in until it touches the graph and the right arrow in until it touches the graph. And then you have black and white, and it's nice and simple to work with. Then we can go to select color range. You can copy the settings I have here or probably just use the default settings you have. And I'm going to select black or white. Doesn't really matter because we can inverse the colors pretty easily, but I'll select black, click OK. I'm going to hide the Hummel pattern, go to our sash, and then click the layer mask down here. Then since we aren't selecting any more colors, we can add our logos back. Now, once we have our pattern added to our shape, we're going to unlink this chain. And you won't have to do this like for every pattern, but for this one, we want the pattern to kind of follow our sash. So I'm going to unlink the chain, select the layer mask, press Command T. I'm going to hold Alt and increase the size, and then rotate so this line follows the same angle as our sash, and increase the size so it makes to make sure it covers everything. And I'm just going to drag it to the edge so I can get this aligned as straight as possible. That's pretty good. And then I'm going to bring this line kind of towards the middle. Like that. Click, press enter. I'm going to press Command 0 to zoom in and then Command- to zoom out one. And then what I'm going to do is Command J to duplicate this. And then on the layer mask, I'm going to select it and press Command I to inverse. Then let's unlink the chain again, select the layer, which is the sash. Click, hold shift, and drag to the left or right. And don't go too far, keep it kind of within the sash territory, but make sure it expands a little bit so we have little elements popping up on either side. Relink the chain, and then you can click, hold shift, and like drag down. You can drag to the left, you can drag wherever you want. Just drag it a little bit so we get some gaps to add a little more interest to this, which that looks great already. I mean, we've already upgraded our sash a lot in just 2 steps. I like to select everything and group it, and then Command J to duplicate it and Command E to merge it, and then hide our group. So now we just have everything on a layer. But I'm going to create another copy with Command J, and then on the bottom version, I'm going to double click to get our layer styles, blending options. Click color overlay, and I'm going to add our TemplateFC blue here. This could be any color, any secondary color you want to add. Click OK, and let's drag it to the right, and then hold Command, click the thumbnail of that, and go down to the layer mask and select that to add the layer mask. Press Command I, unlink the chain. With the layer mask selected, click, hold shift, and drag to the left. Just a little bit, and now we have an outline going down the right edge, which is fun. And you'll also notice, because this one has some like noise, the blue will be part of the noise. And for certain patterns that might be too much for you, sometimes you just have to erase that out. I kind of like it, so I'm gonna leave it. And you could just leave that on one side or duplicate it, drag it to the left, and then unlink the chain, drag the layer mask to the right, and do the same thing, and maybe realign it like so. And there's a pretty easy sash. Now, when I saved this, I thought it was a little too much like color here. So you can also just add a rectangle to break it up. So I added a rectangle, made it white, and then you just have to press Command T and align it at the correct angle, at the correct size. So something like that. And you can align it in the middle or offset it, however you want, but it just breaks it up a little bit. And then when we're finally happy, we can select all our visual elements, group them, Command J, Command E, hide the group, and I'm gonna get the rectangle marquee tool, select our sponsor, press the layer mask, and then press Command I. So now our sponsor is clear. And I should probably center that a little bit better, like that. There you go. And look at how simple and easy that was and how quick it was by just adding a pattern with a layer mask. Now, let's go ahead and do it for 2 more. I'm gonna kind of fly through these. So let's select our pattern. This one doesn't have a background, so we can just select it, although we should make sure it covers our whole document. Press Command, select layer mask, duplicate, unlink the chain, and then press Command I on the layer mask. Select the sash, drag it to the left, relink it, drag it down, and actually let's unlink it and bring it a little further. Nice. And then maybe this one we duplicate that one, and on the bottom version we double click, add our color overlay, and then bump that down and add some blue. And then we can group all those, Command J, Command E, hide the group, select our sponsor, add a mask, inverse, and there's another one. And of course you could add more to these. You don't have to stop at this step. You could clean it up. Now let's go to the third sash. This one is a lot of fun. This one's gonna require a little manipulation of the original pattern. So the stripe gradient, I'm gonna press Command T on. I'm gonna rotate it so it's at a similar angle to our sash and extend it. Could do something like that. I'm gonna hide it, press Command and select it, and then add the layer mask to our sash. Let's duplicate this guy, and on one of them, press Command I to inverse. And on the bottom one, I think I'm gonna unlink and then come to the sash, move it over, and I'm also gonna rotate it a little bit. Actually, let's wait. Let's just move it over, relink it, and then press Command T and rotate it a bit. And this will create kind of a look similar to like Man City's HomeKit this year, which like adds these like little sharp elements coming in, which is fun. And you can drag this around and play around with it a little bit more. And you can even double click on this one and make it blue. And what I like to do is then duplicate that again, get rid of that color overlay, unlink the chain, select the layer mask, and maybe drag that around a little bit so some of the blue peeks out, and then rotate it again in a different direction. And you get something like that, which is fun. And you can select all of those, group, Command J, Command E, and then I did this and I thought maybe it could use a little more blue. So let's duplicate the one with blue and drag it to the top. And let's just right click, rasterize that whole thing. And then press Command and select the thumbnail, click the layer mask, Command I, unlink it, and then drag that around to just give a little bit more blue in there. And then relink it, and then you can rotate it again if you'd like for something like that. So there's a quick 3 sashes that look completely different, and they probably look different from the original ones I showed you because the results are always varied depending on how you go about doing it and if you make minor changes. I'm gonna move on to the stripes and the lines next. It's just gonna be sped up for you guys with some music, but I will pause and explain any new techniques that I'm doing. This one I'm gonna drag over to the left. All right, I'm on the last one here, the lines 2, and there is a little, like one last thing I want to show you guys if you made it this far. So I'm gonna do our normal technique here, offset it, relink it, offset it again, maybe the other way. This one I'm gonna make blue, and actually maybe I reverse that, do it that way. And then the black one, let's make that 15 opacity. And then I'm gonna select all these, group them, Command J, Command E to merge, hide the other group. And then this one I think looks a little too stagnant, so I like to press Command T and just drag and press Command and click a point and drag it out to kind of skew it like this, just to add some visual interest. And you can also download our free distortion pack, which features a lot of displacement maps and things to just distort your work. We have a tutorial on it, but you can go to like wave 2 or something like that, maybe wave 2 heavy, press play on that, and that'll add some more interest, or wave 2 normal, and whatever you want to add a little more interest. But then you get something like this that's a lot more flamboyant and fun. But I hope you guys learned something from this tutorial. It's very simple. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. I might not see them because I'm slow to check comments, so you can also reach out via our contact form on our website, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want, or directly via email at just email noah@templatefc.com. I can answer any questions you have. Hopefully this was digestible and understandable, and I hope you guys learned something and can create some awesome stuff, whether it's with our mockups and pattern packs or whatever or not. We just hope you learned something. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.